Welcome back. If this is your first time here on this channel and you experience any kind of issues with playback, please check out the link in the description to my mirrored account on BitChute.com, redpill_McKenzie. Now, in today's video, we're picking up where we left off. We're now in week 1 of February 2019 with the high-level resignations. Talking CEOs, CFOs, COOs, heads of state, police chiefs, you name it. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's a new week until we catch up, and we're not that far away. But anyway, where do I get the names from? I get them from a site called resignation.info, maintained by Resignation Anon. And despite the meme I just showed you, there are actually a lot of good people on this list. Not everyone on this list is a bad person. There's a bunch of them, quite a few, but even still, not everyone's going to be indicted. Go ahead, check out the link to the indictments if that's something you haven't seen for yourself. There's also a little feature where you can report resignations. Anything not on the list since September 2017, or if it's just, brand new, go ahead, put that link to the news article in there, submit it. Once it's been verified, it'll be added to the list. Now, get this. If it's new and it's notable, chances are you're going to see it on the next resignation show. Every other Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. German time, with the next show being this weekend, this Sunday at April 28th, hosted on a channel called In Real Life News. I'll put the link to their channel in the description. Or if you're hanging on the website, you can go to the Resignation Show tab and link up with In Real Life News there, or catch up with any of the episodes you may have missed along the way. But now that that has been taken care of, let's get to the names. We have the CEO to universities superannuation scheme in the UK, Roger Gray. We have the president and head of retail to Yes Bank in India, Pralay Mandal. We have the chairman, and we have these 3 board members to Public Investment Corporation in South Africa. All of them resigned amid an inquiry, and 5 other additional board members resigned. The names of those board members were not available. We have the CEO to Stars in the US, Chris Albrecht. We have the CEO to Sefton Metropolitan Borough Council in the UK, Margaret Carney, retired. We have the VP to Public Supermarkets in the US, Jeff Stevens, retired. We have the CEO and President to Clear Lake Chamber of Commerce in Iowa, Tim Coffey, retired. We have the CEO and President to Peoria Chamber of Commerce in Arizona, Guy Erickson, retired. We have the interim CFO to Iguana Technologies Inc. in Canada, Greg Pollard, retired. We have the CIO to Mercer in the US, Andrew Kirkton. We have the CEO to Windnez Vikings in the UK, James Rule. We have the Commissioner to New York City Department of Housing Preservation and Development in the US, Maria Torres Springer. She resigned and went off to be VP at US Programs at the Ford Foundation. We have the CEO and President to Michigan Retailers Association in the US, James Hallen. We have the Chief to Taneytown Police Department in Maryland, William Tyler. We have the CEO to Otago Polytechnic in New Zealand, Phil Kerr, retired. We have Chairman to Swansea City in the UK, Hugh Jenkins. We have the CEO and Director to Narayana H in India. That individual was replaced by Emmanuel Rupert. We have the CEO to Hampshire and Isle of Wight STP in the UK, Richard Samuel. We have the CEO to National Council for Voluntary Organizations in the UK, Stuart Etherington, retired. We have the CEO to Feel Unique in the UK, Joel Palix. We have the CFO to Vicinity Centres in Australia, Michael O'Brien. He resigned and went off to be director at QIC Limited. We have the CEO to Isuzu in Australia, Phil Taylor, retired. We have the chairman to Ryanair in Ireland, David Bonderman. We have the CEO to Bellingham Marine Industries Inc. in the US, Everett Babbitt. He resigned and is replaced by Joe Uberoth. We have the CEO and president to Out of Home Advertising Association of America in the US, Nancy Fletcher, retired. We have the VP and head of HR to Unify Inc. in the US, John D. Vegas. We have the CEO to National Council of Textile Organizations in the US, Augustine D. Tantillo. He retired and is replaced by Kimberly Glass. We have the president to Montgomery Area Chamber of Commerce in Alabama, Randall L. George. He retired and is replaced by Anna B. Buckaloo. We have the president to Baseball Hall of Fame in the U.S., Jeff Idelson, retired. We have the president to National Independent Automobile Dealers Association in the U.S., Andy Gabler. He resigned due to an FBI raid that occurred a week prior. We have the president to Natural Resources Defense Council in the U.S., RIASA. We have the CEO to Euronav in Belgium, Paddy Rogers. We have the CEO to Sirius International Insurance Group Limited in Bermuda, Alan Waters. He resigned and is replaced by Kernan Oberting. We have the CEO to Health E-News Service in South Africa, Gary Colinen. Resigned and is replaced by Somingail Kosi. We have the CEO to Scotia Investments Jamaica Limited in Jamaica, Lassant Mitchell. We have the CEO to That Rural District Council in Zimbabwe, Themba Moyo. He resigned due to facing allegations of fraud and misconduct. We have the CEO to Namaste Technologies Inc. in Canada, Sean Dollinger. He was fired following an internal investigation that was spawned by a short seller alleging Dollinger had committed securities fraud. We have the CEO to Lambda Chi Alpha Fraternity in the U.S., Bill Farkas, retired. We have the CEO to Meter 10 in New Zealand, Neil Cowie. We have the CEO to Primex Pharmaceuticals AG in Switzerland, Kerry Sarvanto. He resigned and was replaced by Alan Knox. We have the Communications Director to Tesco in the UK, Jane Lawrie. She resigned and was replaced by Christine Heffernan. We have the CEO to Morgan Stanley in Japan, Jonathan Kindred, retired. We have the CEO and President to Farmers and Merchants Bancorp Inc. in the U.S., Paul S. He's retired. We have the CEO and we have the CFO to Uniper SE in Germany. Pause if you need to read those names. We have the Environment Minister to Belgium Government, Joke Chauvelage. My best attempt. We have the CEO to Heineken Healthcare in the U.S., John Pryor. We have the Chairman to ASLHV Vara Haldras in Estonia, Mikhail Oja. We have the Chairman and we have a board member to US Sita di Palmero in Italy. Pause if you need to read those names. We have the Chairman to 3M in the US, Ingi Tholen, retired. We have the Chairman and we have a board member to Haverhill Bank in the US. The Chairman, Thomas R. Faulkner, retired and is replaced by Thomas L. Mortimer. The board member, Duncan C. Farmer, was just retired. We have the CFO to Stenprop in the UK, Patsy Watson, retired. We have FX Trading Co-head to Goldman Sachs in the US, Christopher Tandler, retired. We have the VP and Chief Legal Officer to ADT Inc. in the US, P. Gray Finney. He retired and is replaced by David Smale. We have the CIO to Science Applications International Corporation in the U.S., Bob Fecteau. He retired, is replaced by Nathan Rogers. We have the business CEO to Vodafone in the U.K. He resigned and went off to be CEO at Cognizant Technology Solutions. We have the CEO and President to Shutterfly Inc. in the U.S., Christopher North. We have the CEO to RSA Insurance Group in the U.K., Steve Lewis. Resigned and replaced by Scott Egan. We have the Senior VP to Apple in the U.S., Angela Arendance. Yeah. We have the Chairman to That Group in the UK, the Duke of That, resigned and is replaced by Benny Higgins. We have a board member to WH Ireland in the UK, Jonathan Carey. We have the CFO to Sonos in the U.S., Michael Giannetto. He retired. We have the co-chairman to the Democratic Attorneys General Association in the U.S., Mark Herring. He resigned following a revelation that he wore blackface during his college years. We have a member to Parliament to Canada, Scott Bryson. We have the CEO and President to People Fund Inc. in the U.S., Gary Lindner. We have the CEO to UK TV in the UK, Darren Childs. We have the CEO to Fisher Titus Health in Ohio, Matthew Gross. He retired and is replaced by Brent W. Berkey. We have the CEO and we have the Chairman to National Australia Bank Limited in Australia. The CEO, Andrew Thorburn, resigned amid criticism of his leadership, and he was replaced by Philip Kroniken. The Chairman, also due to criticism of his leadership, retired. We have the CEO and we have the President to Cognizant Technology Solutions in the U.S. The CEO, Francisco, was replaced by Brian Humphreys, the individual you saw not too many slides ago. We have the CEO to DP Poland in the UK, Peter Shaw. We have the chairman to Nordea Bank ABP in Finland, Bjorn Wahlroos, resigned and replaced by Torbjorn Magnusson. We have the CEO to Perth Convention Bureau in Australia, Paul Beeson. We have the CEO to True Patriot Love Foundation in Canada, Bronwyn Evans. We have the chairman to Allers AG in Germany, Karl-Heinz Hoyer. He resigns, replaced by Alexander Gadat. We have the leader to the Liberal Party of Sweden in Sweden, Jan Borklund. We have the representative to Georgia, Rob Woodall. His term ended. I believe as a representative to U.S. Congress, to the House. That part's cut off at the bottom. My apologies. His term ended. We have the city commissioner to Madeira Beach in Florida, Nancy Oakley. She was allegedly sexually assaulting the former city manager by groping him and licking his face. We have the CEO to Women's Aid Federation of England in the UK, Katie Gose. She resigned about her public praise for UKIP. We have the Clean Air Advisor to Environmental Protection Agency, also known as the EPA in the US, Mandy Gunasekera. And we have the CEO to David Jones Limited in Australia, David Thomas. That's it. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's a new week. Do we catch up? Don't forget, in real life news this weekend, this Sunday, for the next Resignation show. And as always, don't forget, if you like my content, go ahead and share, because sharing's caring. And if you haven't already yet, go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. That way YouTube has no choice in what kind of content of mine you get to see. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you all. God bless you all. This is Red Pill McKenzie.